Let's get into this stuffed jerk chicken breast with a mango salsa. Is wash and pat dry your chicken breast so we can make a small incision right in the middle so we can stuff our chicken breast. So I just like to take my knife, like I'm gonna butterfly it very carefully, maybe about halfway through. I don't want to get it all the way in. And then I'm just gonna make a little pocket for me to be able to stuff my mixture in like so. All of my chicken breasts are butterflied in the middle, ready to be prepped and stuffed. So I'm gonna set these to the side for just a second so we can make our marinade for the chicken breast. What I'm gonna do is come in with some olive oil. Let's say about 1/3 cup, okay? And then I have some Jamaican seasonings that I got from Jamaica. I'm gonna be using a dry jerk and an all-purpose seasoning. Now, of course, you can either make your own or purchase jerk seasoning at your store or whatever, but this is what I'm using. This is maybe about 2 tablespoons of each. But again, you know, I season it to the spirit tells me, so you gotta listen to yourself, okay? And then the last thing I'm gonna do is put in just a little pinch of brown sugar because this is kind of spicy. Like a little pinch like so, about 1 tablespoon, maybe 2. You don't have to put that in, but I want it in. So I'm actually gonna come in with just a little more olive oil because of these brontosaurus size chicken breasts I got from Aldi. And then I'm gonna come in with a little whisk, mix it all together before we put in our chicken breast. Now we're gonna bring our chicken breast in a couple at a time. Make sure you get the marinade all over. Try to get a little inside too. We're gonna be pan searing these, but we want the marinade to sit in for a little bit first before we stuff them to get full maximum flavor. If you want, you can actually do these overnight, but I don't have the time. Now that my marinade is over all the chicken, I'm just gonna cover with the lid and put it in the fridge. Now we're gonna get these ingredients so we can make our filling. First thing for our mixture is I have half a purple onion. I'm just gonna slice this or dice it, whatever you wanna do, into little small pieces. I don't want huge chunks in here. You can cut it however you please, okay? And actually, I don't know if I'm gonna use all this. I think that's gonna be plenty. Go ahead and pop these into our bowl. I'm gonna try not to throw them all over the counter. And next up, I'm gonna do my green onion. Now, listen, don't make fun because these green onions are on their last legs, as you can see, but we still gonna make it work, okay? I'm gonna cut off the tips like right here because these are extra step and just give it a quick chop. I just want the green pieces. That should be enough. We're gonna go ahead and put those in our bowl too. Next up, I had a little bit of spinach left. I'm just gonna roll this up and slice it and put it in there. Why? Because why the hell not? Are y'all one of those people that will watch a whole video, like the content that somebody did, and still go right past and not engage at all? And if so, why? You know, people spent time and energy and stuff and you like it. Why not just go ahead and give away that free like? Or share or interact. I don't understand that. Next up, I have a bell pepper. I think I may only use half of this. I don't need a whole bunch. Or a lot because I only got one thing of cream cheese, so let's hope that spreads. And if not, I mean, what can we do about it? Okay. Small pieces there. Throw those in. Next up, I have a jalapeno. I don't have any Scotch bonnets or anything on hand. I just have this because I want to have an element of spice. I would prefer a Scotch bonnet, but whatever you have, or if you don't want it super spicy at all, because we are going to season this with the some more jerk seasoning on the inside as well, you can do that. Okay, I'm just going to cut them into small pieces like I did my bell pepper. I'm not going to put too much jalapeno in. Okay, go ahead and throw that in. I'm going to add just a little bit of sweet corn, mainly for color aspect, because I don't have any sun-dried tomatoes. If you have some, definitely add the sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to be adding a handful of cheese in here. and then 1 whole bar of cream cheese, which is 8 ounces. Make sure it's softened so it's easy to mix around. Let me do this off camera because your girl is struggling. Okay, before I mix this in, I'm gonna put some of this all-purpose, whoa, that was way more than I intended, and just a little bit of this dried jerk, okay? Then for a little acidity, I'm gonna squeeze half a lime, okay? Protect your eyes. I always seem to get it right in my eyes. Good Lord. Okay, this might act like you didn't want a juice. Anyway, we're gonna start to mix this in now. I find it easier to just blend it in starting with the fork. Just work it through. If you're impatient, you can use your hands, okay? I'm gonna do this off camera because look, your girl's making a mess, okay? Everything is incorporated in our mixture. It should be thick like this, not moist, because you want it to stay inside the chicken breast when we're pan-searing it. Our chicken breasts have been marinating for an hour. It is time to stuff with our mixture. I'm just gonna gently move this piece back. Use the back of my spoon to spread it along here, and then fold over so none of the mixture is spilling out. I'm gonna use toothpicks to hold it in place while I'm pan-searing it. I'm just using these little flat toothpicks. I'll probably use about 3 because these are rather large. Just pierce it through the front, like so. Try to keep your mixture in because you don't want to get it into the skillet while we're pan frying, because we have to do all of them in the same skillet. Okay, there we go. Into a non-stick skillet, I'm going to be adding just a little drizzle of olive oil. Into my hot skillet, I'm going to come in with my chicken breast. We're just going to get a good sear and char on top first and flip it and then put it on the pan. These have been cooking about 3 minutes on one side. I'm going to give it a gentle flip to the other side, like so. These have been pan-seared for about an additional 3 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put them on the baking tray because we're going to finish cooking these in the oven. Okay, the chicken breasts are ready for the oven. We're gonna cook on 375 until the internal temperature of the chicken reaches 165. We're gonna be making our glaze. So we're gonna start with some sweet chili sauce. I'm gonna put that in the saucer. This is about 2 tablespoons. I have a little bit of jerk marinade, spicy. That's about a tablespoon left. And lastly, I have some jerk seasoning mild, and I'm gonna put maybe a tablespoon in. Now, because this is mostly spice, I'm gonna add a little bit of honey. That's about a tablespoon and a half. And then I'm gonna cut it with a little acidity. I have some lemon juice, about a tablespoon. We're gonna give this a mix, and then we're gonna put this on a low simmer. So when our chicken is done, we're gonna glaze it with this delicious glaze. Now that our chicken breasts are finished, before we glaze, we're just gonna take our toothpicks out because we don't wanna puncture our mouths. Now I'm gonna come in with my glaze, and we're just gonna glaze right on top of our chicken breast, like so. Go ahead and paint it. This is when you get your artistry on. Let's see what you got. And I can tell you right now, this is gonna be a banger, okay? It is now time to plate up. I have some homemade rice and peas. We're gonna put on the plate first. Then we're gonna come in with our glazed chicken breasts, like so. Voila, boom. But guess what? This is not the finishing touch. Let me tell you how we're gonna top it off. Made some homemade mango salsa. We're just gonna come right across the front with it, like so. Healthy portion, okay? You know how I feel about skimping. And voila, we got ourselves a meal.